Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of Cigar Chat. And today I have a very special friend. Daniel Duncan is here visiting me.
Hello.
He's also got his own YouTube channel as well. What's the name of the YouTube channel?
The YouTube channel is Fatalroadie.
Tell the audience what it is that you cover.
I cover a lot of the WWE videos. I do snack videos, hot sauce videos.
I smell it.
Post about three videos a week. You can find me on YouTube at Fatalroadie.
Awesome. And he also does videos on wrestling as well. And that's actually why we're doing this little video here. We're talking about the vintage days of wrestling. Mark, you want to participate in this? No?
Bruno Sammartino.
Bruno Sammartino. See, we were just talking about Bruno.
Bruno Sammartino.
We were just talking about how he was a legend. He was a freaking legend.
Ivan Putski.
Right. You see, he's going back even another generation, actually. But Bruno was a cool dude, and he actually had some problems with the Vince McMahon, and what was the story there? Do you know that story?
No. That's when Vince McMahon took over the wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was his father originally, right?
Yeah.
It was his dad originally.
Yeah.
He used to run the was it WWF?
WWF.
Ah, and then he dropped the W.
When Vince McMahon took over, or Vincent Kennedy, the current, he changed it to World Wrestling Federation.
Gotcha.
See, I knew worldwide.
Yeah, Worldwide Wrestling Federation was the previous iteration of it.
That's pretty amazing.
You know what you're watching?
Yeah, we're actually doing a little video. You want to get into it? You have to squeeze in here with Danny.
No, I mentioned a few good names there.
You did, but then
Charlie Atlas,
Charlie Atlas, yeah.
Go ahead, throw some other names at us.
the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a little after, I guess.
Yeah,
That might
Thunderbird.
have been McMahon.
Because there were a few guys that like overlapped Mark's period and then like our time too.
Yeah, quite a few.
Because me and you were talking early '80s.
Early 80s.
Is our time.
Yeah.
And Mark's like '70s, right?
You know,
Yeah.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret the Hitman Hart, man, he was great.
His
Oh my
brother
god.
who died in the ring.
Yeah. Owen Hart.
Owen
yeah.
Hart,
Owen
yeah.
Hart, yeah. Those were really great days for wrestling.
Yeah. You had the Hart Foundation, which was Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Oh my god, that's right.
And Bret the Hitman Hart. Unfortunately, we lost Jim a couple years back.
And you guys know a lot of these wrestlers actually.
I know them all.
I'm saying a lot of them live here in the Tampa area.
Yes.
Which
Well,
is
yeah.
incredible. Like
This is where
the
it
Macho
all
Man
came
Randy
from.
Savage.
Was
He lived here.
Sarasota.
Sarasota. Oh yeah.
In fact, a lot of the current ones now either live in either Tampa, Land O'Lakes,
Right. Hulk
Orlando,
Hogan. He's here too.
Clearwater. Was it John Cena? I think he lives in Lakeland.
That's right.
Natal-
There's so many of them in this area. It's
yeah,
just
Natalia
unbelievable.
Neidhart is in Tampa, I believe. The whole bunch of them are in the Florida area.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, if wrestling is your thing, guys, this is a great area. You could spot a lot of them if you kind of know where to go see them.
Right.
Like, what is it? Hogan's Beach Bar is on Clearwater here on 60.
I think Mandalay Avenue. I think.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
It's not on the beach anymore?
I don't think I haven't been to his restaurant.
We'll have to get back to you with that information.
Right.
But anyway, it's here in the area. But, and actually, you guys might remember Randy Macho Man Savage, whose real name was Randy Poffo, wasn't it?
Poffo, yep.
Poffo, P-O-F-F. And he was a minor league baseball player, too.
Yes, he was.
So I got a little bit of useless trivia here that I remember.
His father, I think, started in wrestling as well. I can't remember his name. He was also the brother to Leaping Lanny Poffo.
No kidding.
Yes.
It's incredible. A lot of these guys, they start out with one, obviously one career and maybe baseball. I think because he was a baseball player. Mm-hmm. And then they'll just jump into the golden age of the WWE or WWF, like me and Danny.
Where we grew up at.
Where we grew up at, yeah. I remember the first WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 15 years ago, USA Flea Market had wrestling there. And
Is that right?
The guys you see today were wrestling there for free.
Wow.
Just to get their names out.
What was the name of that other one that was like a community? Was it the
USWA?
USWA.
There was USWA.
That's right.
And
I remember those. You remember they used to put those on ESPN?
Yeah.
Like middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little kid and I used to love watching them because believe it or not, they had a guy called the Cuban Assassin.
Really?
Do you remember him?
I don't.
The Cuban Assassin was a famous wrestler in that circuit, but he never made it to WWF, or WWE. And I think his son now, like the original Cuban Assassin son, is a wrestler now too. But I think they're still, small circuit, even up in Canada too.
A lot of those families, like the Harts, they all kind of like congregate. It's a family thing. It just keep following the trend.
Exactly.
Like the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they had a lot of they dropped like flies. Pardon
A lot of those guys, man. It's it was unfortunate. They did drop like flies, and it was a whole thing with the steroid use, and I mean, did you guys ever see that movie, The Wrestler, with Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke.
Man,
yes.
that was a hell of a movie, huh?
That was a good.
That was a good movie, guys. If you haven't seen it and you like wrestling, it really kind of showcases the dark side of wrestling.
Yeah.
Not to mention Marissa Tomei.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful. Looked amazing in the movie.
She's naked halfway through.
Loved it. Looks amazing always. Love Marissa Tomei.
Another one of the older ones, Junkyard Dog.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Junkyard Dog. And Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Piper.
How about that?
He died.
How about Ric Flair?
Ric Flair. Oh
Woo.
yeah.
Come on.
Now we're going back now.
Big John Studd.
Oh yeah. Undertaker.
Undertaker started in '90.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. The
The
original Undertaker. Yeah, you're right.
Well, actually, it's been the same dude, Mark Calloway.
Is it the same guy?
Same guy.
I thought it was a different guy.
Nope.
Huh.
One of my videos that I did previously, I was talking about. I saw his first match, which was at
Wow.
the Survivor Series '90,
That's funny.
and he's been in the WWE, WWF for 30 years, and
No way.
he's finally retiring.
There were some cool guys from that period too.
Yeah.
What about the bad guy, the Sheik?
We
Iron
just
Sheik.
talked
We were
about
just
the Iron
talking- yeah.
Sheik.
Yeah.
He says he's very animated with his posts on what is it, Twitter?
Twitter.
Yeah, Iron Sheik was cool, and the Russian. What was it?
Nikolai Volkov.
Nikolai Volkov. That was a cool.
Nikolai.
That was a cool
Huge.
character. Yeah. Those early '80s guys were great.
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter,
Sergeant Slaughter.
the
Yeah.
Bushwhackers.
Yeah. Luke and Butch.
Oh my God.
What was it? The Headhunters.
Yes. How about Dino Bravo? You guys remember?
Dino Bravo,
from
yeah.
Canada.
The Road Warrior.
Oh
Road
my God, the
Warriors.
Road Warrior.
Yep.
He was cool.
Both tag team.
It was a tag team.
Hawk and Animal.
I'm thinking about the Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate
yes.
Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior.
He was cool. He was
Yeah.
cool.
The Road Warriors went to WWE and became the Legion of Doom.
It's incredible. A lot of those guys during that time went back and forth, like WWF and WCW.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? NWA. right?
NWA.
NWA.
And also the USWA.
Yeah. Exactly.
Until they were all bought out by
McMahon.
McMahon.
Right? Yeah.
There was Demolition,
Right.
who was always said was a knockoff of the Road Warriors, because they dressed almost the same.
So who's your all-time favorite wrestler?
All-time favorite wrestler?
That's a tough one, huh?
That's a very. It had to be a tie between Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Undertaker.
Wow, Stone Cold was cool.
He was.
He was really cool.
He actually was one of the reasons.
He got hurt, right? Is what happened?
He injured his neck
Yeah.
from a pile driver from Owen Hart.
Wow.
Owen Hart seated Stone Cold too far, and his head was sticking this far out. And when he went for the pile driver, it compressed his spine, and yeah.
Let me just share this with you and with the audience too. As a kid, one of my ultimate biggest things I ever did, of course, go to Yankee Stadium, watch baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
But the second thing behind that would be going to Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah.
Which we did that several times, and we got to see these guys up close and personal, like right behind, like the first row.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a friend of ours who, at the time, worked for MSG Network, so he was able to get us the tickets, and my dad would go, and it was really amazing. as a kid
MSG
to see
was the place to
Oh my
watch
God, the
wrestling.
Garden, yeah.
That was the home for WWE for
Years.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Big audiences, big crowds. I
Yes.
mean, it was a big show. It was a big show.
What was it? Those are my favorite. What are your favorite? What were your favorite wrestlers?
That's a tough one. I mean, growing up as a kid, Hulk Hogan was really cool.
Yeah.
But the Macho Man, Randy Savage, was, oh yeah, he was cool. As a matter of fact, there is a beef jerky. I don't know if you've seen it, like little display.
Mhm.
Have you seen it? And it's him with the cowboy hat.
Right.
And it's, what's the famous brand of beef jerky?
Snap into the
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
Yeah.
It's a Slim Jim display. And every time I see it, it's got him with a red hat on. I tell the girl, I go, would you get really mad if I walked in here and it disappeared? She's always like, you should see how many people want to take this thing. I'm like, I bet.
Yeah.
It's a cool piece of it.
Almost. I'd pretty much bet anything Macho Man related was probably.
Oh my God, yeah.
probably
But
what-
Macho Man was one of my favorites. Bruno Sammartino, even though he's a little older, cool as hell. Love that.
Right.
Love that guy. What a history. He did so much for the sport.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of people don't consider it a sport, I do. I think it is. Yeah, it's a little bit made up and stuff like that. But it's just that period was so cool.
I think it was
It's entertainment.
It was
Yeah.
entertainment.
it
It was good television. It was good
Yeah.
times.
Goldberg.
Yes, Goldberg was good too.
He said in an interview, he said that it is.
He was WCW though.
He was WCW.
Yeah, WCW.
That was my
Then he
favorite.
went to.
Who was your favorite?
Goldberg.
Goldberg. He did go to the WWE, but he said in an interview, yes, everything's scripted. The winner's already predetermined.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make the guy jumping off the top rope onto you hurt any less.
That's right. Accidents happen, and
Oh, yeah.
and these guys get hurt, and it's just part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I would like to see a resurgence in wrestling again, but I don't know if kids today, if they're just not into it like we were.
Not as much as, yeah. In the 80s and 90s,
It was it.
It got really big.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it took off.
Like baseball cards too.
Yeah.
They were a big thing too.
Towards into the 2000s, it's been dropping off, and I'd like he said, I'd
It
love
lost a lot
to see
of
it,
steam,
you know, have a resurgence.
Me too. I feel like back then it was just such a cool thing. You know, people like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, they were like on public television, not public television, but they weren't on the super stations either.
Yeah, at first it was broadcast, just
It was
regular
just regular
broadcast.
broadcast television. So like, if you didn't have cable, you could watch these.
Yeah.
things. But now it's like, you know, everything's on
Up
cable.
in Maryland, you saw it on Fox 5, which
Right.
was DC.
We used to see it on WPIX in Jersey, New York, actually.
See, I'm from Maryland,
Yeah,
so
not too far.
that's where I saw it mostly. And that was WWE. And then when cable hit, it was on USA.
The WrestleManias and stuff, always pay-per-view.
Yeah, always paper.
Always pay-per-view. But I remember like back in the late 80s, like when was the first WrestleMania, 87 or something?
No, it was 83,
Was
I
it?
believe. Yeah.
Okay, well,
83, 84.
The ones I remember, like 86, 87, they were already on pay-per-view and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was like a big deal. Like you'd go over somebody's house and they'd pay, was it $50 back then? I think it was.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, you'd make it a little party out of it. And
Everybody chipped in. They
Everybody
brought,
chipped in,
you
yeah.
know, brought some food, snacks, and stuff like
Those
that.
were
You
good
made
times.
a big event out of it.
those were good times.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everything is all technical and, you know, I don't know,
You have to
digital and all this other
You have to
stuff.
have an internet connection. And
Yeah,
you get the
it's-
network, and yeah.
But anyway, guys, we just wanted to chit-chat a little bit about wrestling and talk about these great stories. So, with that being said, anything you want to add?
No, I just keep watching wrestling and
And check out his channel. Tell him your channel again.
Fatalroadie.
Because he does a lot of wrestling videos.
Yes. Every was it? I do it. We open on Tuesday, and Saturday will be my wrestling videos. On Thursdays, I post my snack videos. Check it out, Fatalroadie. Hope you enjoy it.
Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.